Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Welcome one of our colleagues, Julie, to the studio.
Hi, Julie.
Julie,
Good morning.
you're still glowing from just a couple of days ago, in fact.
Now,
I'm still shaking, actually.
we are very lucky to get some celebrities through the building, and we just interview them for work. But sometimes we don't realise that these celebrities might have a big effect on some of the people that work here in the building. One such group of celebrities were recently
Hanson.
the boys from Hanson. What we didn't know is Hanson's biggest fan in the entire universe works in this building. And her name is Julie. Julie,
Yes.
what happened when you heard that Hanson was on the show?
Oh, before I actually had all the calls coming through, I was bawling my eyes out, and a few choice words came out.
You were bawling. Was that emotional?
I actually did. I was crying like a baby.
So what was
Absolutely.
it that was making you cry? Is it the fact that you didn't know that they were coming in, so you hadn't organised to be here at the same time?
Or was it, and
Absolutely.
was it the shock that they were here?
Yeah, absolutely.
That the place that you work?
I'm there. Yeah, it was like within hand's reach, and I absolutely had no idea.
And you had your hands tied behind your back.
So you had tickets
Yes, I did.
before, and then all of a sudden they were here.
Correct.
Come on.
And so it was a missed opportunity because you weren't in the office at the right time.
So-
How devastating for you.
They were on our show and your phone blew up.
Yeah, it sure
Why did it blow up?
Because I've been a fan for probably, since they started nearly 30 years ago. So
Yes.
all my family and friends are going, oh my God, you work at Nova. Surely you're in the studios. And I'm like, don't even get me effing started.
Julie.
So you're a massive fan, Jules.
Yeah.
How many times can you listen to Mbop? Because they don't have any other songs.
Okay, yeah, or do they?
You would do this, Sean.
What are their other What are their other songs? Because we know Bob, and I think there was another one, but we can't.
The other classic is Where's the Love?
Yes.
How does that go?
Oh, do you really
Yeah,
want me to
yeah,
sing
how
on
does
it?
that go?
Where's the love? Oh, I've got a terrible
Where's
voice. Don't
the
do that.
love?
Where's
It's
the
not
love?
enough.
It's not
Makes
enough.
the world go round and round and...
No, no one's ever heard
no,
that.
I'm not sure if that charted.
Okay, so give me some other hits.
Oh my God, A Minute Without You. Don't even ask me to sing that. My voice is horrible.
So A Minute Without
A
You
Minute
is a
Without
good
You is
one.
my absolute favourite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Madeline.
Madeline.
Yeah, there's all these amazing ones that you didn't even know existed.
What's this one, Harry? Is this A Minute Without You? And let's pop this.
We've got to
Yeah. Oh, we're going through the ads.
get through the
Go to
ads
the ads.
first.
Bloody ads on the
Julie,
internet, eh?
like no joke. There's a lot of people like you who have gone to this concert. You're singing along to these other songs that no one has ever heard about, loving every bit of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, is this A Minute Without You?
Yep.
No, oh,
What's this one, yeah?
A Minute Without You.
yeah.
All right, let's have a listen. How's it going so far, Sean?
I'm already moved
Could be
on.
anything.
It's no on bop, is it?
Completely different.
It is completely different.
Is this later? Is this later,
This
Hanson?
is from their Middle of Nowhere album. It's
Yes.
the same album as Mbop.
No.
Yeah, same album.
Really?
Yeah, same album.
Do you have all their albums?
I do, and I still have them from like 28 years ago.
How often do you play them? Get them out on the record player?
Where do you actually play them? The
Yeah.
funniest thing is I actually went and bought their new CD at their concert, and then I realised as I walked off, I'm like, oh, I actually have
You don't have a CD player?
What is those CDs for? No one has a CD
That's
player.
great.
All right, so you had tickets to the concert, but then our producer Amy found out how big a fan you were. What did Amy end up doing?
Amy hooked me up and managed to organise a meet and greet.
Now, how did you cope with that emotionally?
I literally, I'm shaking again. I rang all my family, my friends. I went into the boardroom and I rang my mum and she's like, wait, I'll put your dad on speaker because they were on the phone.
It's a big family news.
It's huge family news. It's like I was getting married again.
So whatever, were you emotional?
Oh my God, I was bawling my eyes out.
Okay, so then you're at the Astor Theatre.
Yeah.
Talk us through the meet and greet. How did it go?
I couldn't talk to start with, and then
Yes.
Taylor is like, come on down. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared I'm going to trip over my shoes. I had to make this big impression. And then Zach goes to put his hand out, and I just went in for the jump, and I went and hugged him instead.
Why wouldn't you? Because that's what I was thinking. So you stand there in a photo opportunity.
Yes.
Where do you
Yeah.
put your hands? Because you want to put your hands all over
Jules.
it.
Yeah, that's right.
So and you wore some tall shoes.
Yes, I wore my tallest shoes.
Yeah, but you're worried you might need to have taken them off. Why?
Well, I thought if I had the opportunity, like if I crazy fangirl thing.
Yes.
You know, if they came out and I had to run after them, I'm like, do I run with my shoes on?
I have
or do
to
I
run
leave my
after
shoes?
them.
Not choose to.
And then I
Have to.
realised I'm actually no longer 11 years old anymore.
Yes.
I can't do this.
I might need to take my shoes off
It's
if I
very
have to
funny.
run after them.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We are discussing the people in our lives that we might have to avoid like the plague, like my neighbour Tim. So I've said his name now, Shaun. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
You did not.
Yeah, she did.
just threw it
Yeah,
out there.
No,
because
that's actually his name.
Tim Allen was on the
That's-
TV,
yeah.
and that goes, we actually call him Tim the Tall Man. So, Shaun, your relative's name, is. Do you want me to do it? Are you ready?
No, you're not. I'm going to swear, mate. I'm going to swear.
Sean's relative's name is. He's been threatening me. What would you do? Would you be okay?
Come on, we had a
be okay
bargain.
if I did it?
It was
Well-
like, if I say mine, you'll say yours. Come on, then.
I will hurt you only a little bit. Hopefully you'll be able to walk out. That's it.
Hey, keep listening throughout the morning because I'm pretty sure it will be revealed.
Sky. Let's talk to Sky now. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Sky.
Sky.
Is there someone you're avoiding like the plague, Sky?
So about 7 years ago, we had this neighbour when I lived at my parents' house. She was an older lady and I had an older cat. She took a liking to the cat, so we let her look after the cat during the day just to keep her company and things like that.
Yeah.
It got to a point where the cat needed to be put down. She got a bit old. She was 18. And we'd organised all that. But this lady took it upon herself to go get the cat put down.
Wait,
So-
but it was
there
your
what?
cat.
Wait, there what? So without asking you, she went and got your cat put down.
Yep. So that's all fantastic.
That's pretty hectic.
That happened. And then we come home and we're all mourning. We're quite sad and devastated. And she comes over saying, "Can I see the grave?" And we're like, "Oh, well, not really. We don't really, like you at the moment."
Yes, because you killed a cat. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah. So she come over every day for over a week to see this bloody grave.
Yes.
So it got to the point where me and my parents had to watch her car leave and go, spies when you're up against the wall.
Yeah.
You have to go out and you have to manoeuvre. We had to do that because we had to dodge her because she wanted to see this grave.
Oh my
Because
God.
we just wanted to see where the cat was buried, and
So-
it wasn't her cat.
Did she give up?
And it wasn't the cat. No. So to this day, Mum and Dad still live there. They will dodge her. They won't talk to her. Apparently she's yelled out to Dad and gone, "Hi, blah, blah, blah." And Dad just keeps walking.
So wait there, Scott, can I just go back to her getting the cat put down? So you all know the cat's sick, and so she took your cat, got it put down, and then went and told your family?
So the vet rang us. After it had happened, they've gone, "Oh,
Third
Jesus,
person.
this cat's not actually her cat."
That meant you didn't get to say your goodbyes to the cat.
Sorry.
And it's a horrible
No.
thing to have to do. But you do want that little closure. Like I had to do it not that long ago.
So-
and you want the closure
Yeah.
of being able to say goodbye, hold it in your arms while it's happening.
Yeah.
Instead of the rando from next door.
Sky, so the vet put the cat down, then found out that it wasn't her cat and rang you, or was it just about
Yeah,
to do the job?
She had put the cat down because this lady really milked it super duper
Yes.
well and carried on like it was her cat.
Okay,
and
here's a
everything.
financial question. Who paid for it? It's not cheap.
So that's why we got called.
To pay for it. So wait, then she took your cat in and then sent you the bill.
Get out.
Yeah.
She decided it was time for your cat to stop living.
Yeah, so she didn't get to take the cat home. Obviously, that's why we got contacted there
Yes.
to go pick her
But
up.
you
which
had
was
to
really
pay the
nice.
bill.
We got to lay her to rest, and we got to pay the bill.
Natalie, I just want to warn you that if Lewis ever gets sick, you better
You're-
keep your eye on
you're gonna
Tim.
pull the plug.
No, you better keep your eye on Tim after this morning's shenanigans.
He's not here. He's not here. It's fine. Throw away the overseas.
God.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Here's more with the star of Dubai Bling, Chris Fade.
Hey, Chris, I've got a question. When I think about extreme wealth and stuff like that in Dubai, I think about all the sheikhs and all the oil tycoons.
So
the
you're thinking
massive
like
boats.
people with falcons on their arms and
Yes,
everything?
yes. Is everyone getting around in Lamborghinis? Have you got one? Secondly, what's the biggest boat you've been on? Because I just think of those massive bloody ships that everyone's got.
No, man, like the city is it definitely has its wealth, and it definitely has that stereotype of what you may have seen on Dubai Bling.
Yes.
There is a whole other side to it as well, where there's the realness of it. There's the working class. There's the hustlers. There's a different vibe completely. Like it's got such a huge mix. This city. Are there a lot of Lamborghinis? Are there a lot of Ferrari? Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, there's a lot of those. You become numb to them a little bit because you start to see it everywhere.
Yeah, they're not special anymore. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, not. I've got a McLaren. I went for a McLaren to be a little bit different. So
Unbelievable! Love it.
Come on.
What a dirty povo.
I know.
Hey, Chris, you're talking about how people really live there. So, say I'll go to Woolworths or Coles
Yep.
to go shopping.
Yep.
Where do you do your grocery shopping and stuff from?
a lot of things are in the shopping centres, in the malls, we call them.
Yes,
because it's air-conned, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. It gets so like for 7 months of the year, the weather is perfect. Like it's just the best weather, beach weather. You go out, everything's outdoors, which we're getting into right now. But there's about 4 months of the year which is sort of really hot. You're about 50 degrees, humidity is about 100%.
Oh,
so you're in
sounds
the
fun.
malls a lot of the time. Yeah. That's usually when I come out, back home to Oz.
Yes.
So we have something called Carrefour, which
Yes.
is like a Coles
Yes.
or a Woolies.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
There is a normal life here. There is totally
there?
a normal life. Like 100%.
So you buy milk?
There's pubs on. Yeah, we buy milk. Yeah.
Sorry, it's not Falcon milk, is
It's
it?
camel milk.
You can get camel milk.
Yeah.
You could
Mate.
get camel milk if you wanted it.
Camel
Yeah,
milk
totally.
is
Nathan loves camel
disgusting.
milk. Yes, it's been scarred for life by
I
it.
drank it once. It was like milk, but with heaps of salt. It's like, who puts that in
Chris,
anything?
I've got a hard-hitting question. How much is petrol?
Yep.
How much do you pay for petrol?
Okay, so this is the crazy thing. I have no idea.
He's so rich he doesn't know.
No, they they don't display the petrol prices because it's not expensive.
Yeah, no, 'cause it's so
I
cheap,
think
yeah.
it's so cheap. So it was only
cheap.
recently that in the news,
Yeah.
we did a report on our show that petrol prices have gone up, and they broke it all down, right?
Yeah.
And you ask 10 people in the street, I guarantee 9 of them would have no idea what the price of petrol is. I think it's about probably 40% of what you guys are paying.
Yeah.
So when
You know
you
what I
take the
mean? Like,
McLaren
it's
in,
nothing.
when you take the McLaren in, you obviously go for high octane or some rubbish. And how much does it cost you to fill your car up?
In
when
Australia,
you go.
yeah,
Okay,
Australian
first-
dollars.
First thing that's going to make, like, that will drive you crazy is that we don't fill up the petrol ourselves. There's always
Somebody
guys
there
there
to
that
do it for you.
That
Yeah.
used to be great back in the
Okay,
day.
yeah,
Anyway,
Back to the
continue.
Future. Yep.
Okay, so and it costs me to fill up the McLaren, cost me about $65.
Okay. Oh my god, Chris, will you do us a favour? Will you send us over a giant ship container full of petrol, please?
We'll be on Perth Bling
As a
next
special-
year.
And we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll give every listener a cup.
You get a cup. You get a cup. You get a cup.
Exactly. Chris, look, we appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah.
We know you've got to go on and do your radio show now.
But Chris, we love you so much. We want to get you on again.
Oh, I'd love to
in the
catch
near
up.
future.
Yeah.
You're a good boy.
Although you're a bit too famous to be on our show now.
No, I was too famous the first time I came on, but I didn't say anything.
But now we know that you are.
You played that so well.
Next time we'll just get the wax figure and put
That's
the phone
right,
up
exactly. We'll go straight to Madame Tussauds. Thank
All
you
right,
so
buddy.
much.
Dubai Bling. You can watch Chris Fade
Yeah.
on Dubai Bling. Absolutely amazing. You can check it out on Netflix.
Thanks,
Good on you, Chris.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun.
We are talking about when somebody's telling half truths, and the reason they tell you half the truth is they want to soften the blow because the whole truth is a lot.
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely.
We know relationships happen with this. We know that children do this, and we know workplaces do this. Let's see which one we're going to get right now. Hello, Callie.
Hello.
Hey, Callie. Half truth, Callie. What happened?
Tell us the whole truth about the half truth.
Okay, so my 15-year-old daughter has just she'd planned a trip, or her and her dad had planned to go to New York for Christmas. So it was meant to just be a couple of weeks going to New York. He asked her to do all the planning, like you do it all. She liaised with 4 travel agents
Yes.
to get this few weeks in New York.
Yes.
She told him it was all organised. He needed to pay $400 deposit to
Yeah.
book the flight. it turns out she's actually booked 9 weeks, going to New York, off then to London, then to Germany, then to Switzerland.
How much does that cost him?
$16,500.
That's actually
You know
It's a
what?
great
She's
deal.
actually should be a flight
Travel agent.
flight centre because that's a bloody
Yeah,
good deal.
she booked first class. So it's first class to, all those spots. And she's gone for 9 weeks.
No, she can't have booked
Not for
first class for
16 grand.
$16,000. Not in a million
has.
years. No,
She
you
has.
could not.
100%. I will send you the itinerary. She has booked for 4 stops to 4 of the 4 main countries. It's business class.
Can you send us that because we want a piece of that?
Oh my God. She should be the CEO for Webjet. Wow.
100% true.
So she's not. Is she going to be allowed to go? She can't have 9 weeks
Well,
off, surely.
Well, it's over. She leaves the 8th of December and comes back at the start of February, so she'll only miss like a couple of weeks.
What's
at school,
what's her dad said?
Yeah, does he have 9 weeks off?
He's oblivious, and he just went along and paid it, and he's happy to go.
Wow. You know
Jeez.
what? I can't even be angry with her. I'm sort of impressed.
I know, yeah, me too.
I know.
As an avid traveller, I'm on board with it. Yeah, well
Nat.
done. Thanks, Kelly. Marcus, hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey,
Hey,
Marcus.
Marcus. Okay, talk to us about half-truths.
Okay, so the joke was on me this time. So I used to work in a country town as a local copper, and I can say this now because I'm no longer working there, but I did the highway patrol, and we used to have people who used to try and bring in some, drugs into town. So halfway along the highway, I'd park up and I'd sort of, point cars in to have a look. And I had a Roddy, and a great dog he was, and it was my pet. And I took him along and I'd tie him off at the back of the police car there, and I'd say, look, guys, if you've got anything to declare, I'd suggest you do that before I bring the dog out, you know?
Yes.
So they're all going, all right then. And so out they come. Of course, one day, this guy goes, yeah, go for it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
It's called the bluff.
Yeah, so poor old Zeus, I've grabbed him and I've walked over to the car and he's wagged his tail and jumped all over him. And I said, have you got anything on you? And he goes, no. And I said, well, that's odd. And he's just licking him and he's doing absolutely nothing.
Yes.
And I stood there like a little bit of a... I said, look, it's not his day today. It's, he's a bit off, but on your way, take care. Look after yourself.
Give him a pat. Give Zeus a pat.
Oh, Marcus.
That would be so funny if just, randomly Zeus had found someone that
Yes.
was smuggling 2 kilos of
Yes.
cocaine up their bumhole.
or some apples.
hey,
Amazing.
Marcus.
Good on you,
It's
Marcus.
funny,
Thanks,
Marcus.
buddy. Alejandra, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh,
Hey,
good.
Alejandra.
Okay, what happened?
So on my 18th birthday, my parents were pretty strict, but I asked my parents to buy the alcohol. And my dad did. We owned a restaurant. He got all the girls cruisers and he got all the boys beers. And halfway through the night,
Sorry.
halfway through the night, everyone was drunk, a bit paralytic as they were acting. And he comes up to me and my brothers. He's like, "What's so funny is I actually bought the boys non-alcoholic German beers so they couldn't read the label." No. And it got so bad. They were acting so drunk. One guy picked up the Esky and threw it out the window. And my dad was just going nuts. He's like, "You're not even drunk, you dickhead."
Oh, my God.
That's amazing.
That's a good thing.
And all the
to do.
girls are throwing up in their head just after drinking Mountain Dew.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
We are talking about when workers are around at your place doing some work, but then turns out that they do something else as well, inspired by the cleaners who brought their whole family and had a barbecue in the front yard.
Which actually happened here in Perth as well.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's so good. Carla's in Harrisdale. Hey, Carla.
Hi, how are you?
Great,
Wonderful,
Carla.
Carla.
All right, so what's happened?
That's good. So my parents decided to get their entire house painted. This was a while ago, and they finally found a painter after going through a few. And this guy used to rock up late, grab the paper off the kitchen bench and then head off to the toilet for about an hour.
Oh, my God. Did he really?
And then
Yeah.
during the day, you'd go and have a look and check what he's doing, and he's having a nice little time in the massage chair on his phone, having a chat to his wife.
No.
Yeah,
You won't
it's
pay
the
him by
longest
the
cleaning
hour,
job
obviously.
ever.
What a wonderful day he's having.
I know.
I know.
He's comfortable this house.
Like,
I never
I
want to
love
come home.
that he didn't even bring his own newspaper. He took your mum and dad. That's so funny.
Goes into the toilet for an hour and then has a little break in their massage chair.
Yeah, he even asked to buy it when he left because he obviously enjoyed it so much.
That's funny.
Carla, that's actually
Can I
amazing.
say, on massage chairs at the Molly Galleria, they've got a little exhibition,
Yes.
a little
Yep,
exhibit
yep.
thing in the middle, right, where
Yep.
they sell them. Every day when you walk past there are people literally sleeping in these
Yes.
massage chairs. Just so
They're very relaxing.
and they're not ones you pay for to hire. You
No.
like they've just
They're
jumped on
demonstrating
there.
them for
yeah,
you.
and they're
Yes.
sleeping. And then during summer, there's a lineup of elderly people.
Yeah.
That are there for the air conditioning and to have a go on the
Yeah.
chair.
Oh,
And there's one guy I
They
walked
don't
past
need to
recently, and a
conserve
guy
their
there was like,
energy.
well, sleeping.
I mean,
And he had his shoes off.
it's a great advertisement for how relaxing they are, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah. Everyone's asleep.
Anyway.
Thanks, Carla. Gladwin, hello.
Hello.
hey, Gavin.
Gladwin, talk to us. What happened?
So, I was at home one day and my parents had called in a guy to come retail our pool.
Yep.
And he'd brought his dog with him,
Yes.
and the dog was pregnant.
Yes.
So he left the dog in our lounge room,
Yes.
and I'm in there watching YouTube, and
Yes.
all I hear is a loud scream. And I jump off my bed, and I had coffee with me, and I spilled it everywhere. I jump off my bed. I go to the lounge room, and there's 7 puppies.
Oh, my
And-
Lord.
Okay, that's
And
next
my
level.
mum had just bought this carpet, and it was like $3,000 or so, and that was like her baby, and it was covered in
Now
blood.
she has 8
Oh.
babies. It was covered.
Gladwin.
In puppy blood.
What dog was it? What kind of breed was it?
It was a American Bulldog cross Neapolitan Bull Mastiff.
Oh, God,
so they're not
goodness.
tiny
big,
little-
They're big dogs, yeah.
Sorry,
They're big dogs.
So there's
And
yes,
the
yes.
best thing is,
What?
he said, "Don't worry about paying me for the pool. Just have a puppy."
I just have a.
He offloaded. I mean,
Did you accept it?
you can't take the puppy there and
I
then.
was
It's
like-
newborn.
I was like over the moon because my other dog had just ran away.
Oh.
So I was kind of
Gladwin,
sad.
what is going on in your world?
My other dog
Oh
had
man,
just run
I wish I
away.
could tell you. I wish I could tell you, but it's a whole jumble
You're-
right now.
Your life
So-
sounds so interesting.
So glad when you did accept the dog because you said, "I wish you could have," or did your mum and dad pay?
For the pool or the dog?
Yeah. So okay. Did you
Did you
take
get
the
the puppy?
dog? Did you get the puppy?
For free. He gave it to us for free.
Okay, and he paid. And okay.
And so they didn't have to pay for the pool.
Nah.
Did he pay for the rug?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, everyone's a winner then, aren't
Gladwin.
they?
It's funny because that dog's actually in the back seat with me right now.
what's the dog's name, Gladwin?
It's her name's Luna.
Oh, Luna.
Luna. Well done.
Gladwin, there is not one part of that story that I didn't fully enjoy, and I'm going to
Yes.
need you to. I'm going to need you to call more often.
You sound so interesting,
I do
Gladwin.
only scratch the surface.
I
of
think
you.
so.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
Having a real battle this morning with Ali, guys.
Yes.
I know.
We need to let the people know.
I think we need to let the people know. And she's threatening that we cannot let the people know.
We're gonna
But
let
it's
the
like,
people
you know
know.
what? We are an honest team.
Yeah,
and
we hide nothing.
We hide nothing from Perth, from the people of Perth. Hello, you're the people. This is
That's right.
Perth.
One of those people is Gladwin, who called us not that long ago.
Yeah.
Great story. We really enjoyed it about him getting a dog and birthed 7 puppies.
Yes. Well,
Where
the,
is
mother
Ali?
the, the pool Tyler.
We're doing this right now. Where is Ali?
The pool Tyler came over
Ali, get back in here.
and left the dog inside.
Amy, go and get her.
And the dog had puppies on Gladwin's mum's rug.
You can make her come in. You are the
love
boss.
Amy. I love
And
Amy.
then-
I can't make her come
You're
in.
the boss,
Oh,
Amy.
here she is.
Here she is,
Anyway,
Ali.
yeah. So,
So
anyway.
you didn't believe Gladwin. You came in
No, okay,
storming
look,
in and
I
said you
think
don't
that
believe
I-
that story.
I think there were aspects to that story that may have been exaggerated.
All right, so the story was that a guy came around to do the tiling in Gladwin's mum's pool. Gladwin was in his bedroom watching YouTube videos. He heard an almighty weird scream, goes out into the lounge room. The guy had brought his pregnant dog, and the pregnant dog gave birth to 7 puppies in the lounge room.
Gladwin's mum's fancy
brand
rug.
new carpet that cost $3,000. And then the guy said, well, hey, I'll offer to give you a puppy.
And you don't have to pay for the pool tiling.
Yeah, and then anyway, he ended up getting paid for the pool tiling. They ended up getting
puppy.
No, they
a
didn't
puppy.
pay for
They
the
didn't
pool.
pay.
They didn't. Sorry,
They
pay for the
didn't
pool
pay.
tiling. He paid
took
for
that deal.
He paid for the damage
'Cause-
of the
Rug.
the rug, and Gladwin was very excited because his puppy had run away. His dog had run away, and now Gladwin got a new dog, and he's still got the new dog now, and the
And her
dog's
name's
name's Luna.
Luna.
Ali came in and said, I don't believe that story.
What
And
don't
we
you believe?
We
I don't
believe
believe
it
it.
Why would you make that up?
100%.
I don't want to call
That's
him a liar. That's a bit strong, but I'm just saying
you
that.
did.
So, in my
happened.
personal
Personally, yes,
experience,
yes.
I have helped my dog Sasha birth
Yes.
7 puppies. She birthed 8, but 1 passed away. So that took literally from like 8 p.m. to 4 a.m.
but
Can I say that
hours.
human mothers, some people
Yes.
have birth straight away and some people go
Yeah,
for
but
hours.
that's 7 puppies. That's a lot of puppies.
Doesn't matter. You can just shoot them
How long
out.
were you in the room?
Well, why don't we ask Gladwin? Gladwin, hello.
Hello, Gladwin.
Hello.
Gladwin, for the record,
I
Nathan,
need
myself,
details.
and Sean believe your story. It's only
we
Ellie
believe
that's
it.
doubting you.
I believe you. I believe you and trust you more than my own parents.
I believe she used the term Swiss cheese.
She did. Ali thinks that you're lying.
You've got holes in your story.
Aspects of the
Exaggerating.
story
Okay,
were-
ask him the aspects.
May I please ask how long you were in your room watching YouTube before you realised there were 7 puppies in your lounge room?
Like, I was in my room. I would say the guy got there at 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
and the litter wasn't until maybe like 3:30 or 4:30.
All right, Ali. Next question.
Okay. Where did you get the rug from? That cost
Pardon?
$3,000.
It was
carpet.
it was
It was
mum.
Oh, it was
Carpet.
new carpet. It was new carpet.
was
Okay,
new
I understand
carpet.
that.
What were you wearing?
How much was the quote for the pool tiling? Like, what were they purebred puppies that you got swapped for? Like that doesn't
weren't
seem
purebred.
like. Well, that doesn't seem like an equal trade. Like it must have been a cute puppy. That's my question.
Pardon, can you repeat that?
She wants to know how much was the pool tiling job and whether it was a good monetary swap for a puppy.
Yeah. So I think the pool tiler was quoted at 5,600.
Yeah.
And you took a puppy.
Yeah, instead of paying. Yeah, you would. Of course
But
you would.
he must
Yeah,
feel
because
really bad.
the pool tiler felt bad about ruining the carpet and the dog giving birth in their lounge room.
Right,
So he
right,
compensated them
right.
by saying, you don't have to pay, and here's a puppy.
You got one more question to really get to the bones.
Glad,
of
are
this.
you telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Whole truth, nothing but the truth. Wait.
Yeah, yes, Gladwin. Yeah.
I think the dog wants to say something.
Bring her in.
Yes, all right.
There you go.
I'm convinced. I'm convinced.
Okay, is that case over?
No, I want to see the dog.
And-
Can you send a photo of the dog in?
Yeah, Gladwin.
I can. And the rug
Yes.
was flown in by family from India.
Okay. Right.
Oh.
So it's a special purchase and therefore difficult
For
to
carry
replace. Yeah.
Luna is outraged.
Yeah.
Luna's in the background going,
Luna's
Yeah.
going to come.
She doesn't like old people, so she's barking at old people and little kids that are going by the street.
no,
Hang on,
you
wait,
know what
does
she
Ellie
does?
believe that?
Yeah.
I can hear her.
Ali's going to need Luna here and a group of old people to prove that, right?
No,
'Cause
glad
she
when you
said
were right.
Swiss cheese.
All right.
I'm glad when you know what you've done, though. Your story has created a new segment.
Yeah.
We've decided that each week Ali's going to pick a caller that she thinks is a liar and she's going to question them.
And then pick holes in their story.
And that's all because of you, Gladwin.
Yeah.
You've done so much for
Even
our
though
show. Thank you.
We
Sorry,
believed your
Gladwin.
story.
Hey, you'll be hearing from me quite often now.
I was going to say you'll be hearing from my lawyers. Love your work, Gladwin. Thanks, buddy.
Can't wait for Ali thinks you're lying.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
The T20 World Cup continues. You can check it all out on Fox Cricket, of course. And Pakistan are playing New Zealand tonight.
Oh.
Matthew Hayden has been working with Pakistan,
Yes.
his Australian icon. This is what he had to say about Babar Azam, who is the Pakistan champion.
If I can take your minds way back to a different World Cup, and that was the 2007 World Cup, and Adam Gilchrist, had for his standards, quite a lean World Cup ahead of that undefeated campaign for Australia. And if you remember that last match against Sri Lanka, he went on to score an incredible 100. Don't be surprised whatsoever if you don't see some fireworks, because very special players don't often stay down for long. Look out the rest of the world, because I think you're about to see something very special from Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. And he was just feeling the gilly come through there from Haydos.
We've felt the gilly.
He did, and we've got him right now. Adam Gilchrist.
No, yeah. Hey guys, no worries, Haydos. I had a lean World Cup.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
He said by your standards,
your
though,
standards.
which is still, by everyone else's standards, quite good.
Well, obviously by Haydos' standards, he only scored about 600 runs in 4 games. He was smashing them everywhere that tournament. But Yeah, wow. Oh, that's a nice rap that he's been prepared to go there and give me a little bit of a boost up. But I reckon he's pretty right. I know we don't want to get too bogged down in fine-tuned cricket detail, do we? But Bubba Azam is... Yeah, I know Nate's going to come out with some pearl of wisdom for the Bubba Azam as he heads into this semi-final tonight. But I think Bubba Azam and Pakistan, they're very dangerous now. They're a funny sort of team. When you used to play against them, on paper they got all great names, and you turn up and one day it could feel like you're playing a team of world champions, and then another day it felt like you were playing the under-12s.
Yeah, that's because the fix is in, Gilly. The fix is in. We know how the betting things go.
Hey, well, you said that, not me. But, it should be good fun. The World Cup's been pretty interesting, actually. Not really interesting from Australia's point of view. We weren't flash, but rest of it had a lot of upsets and a lot of...
Oh, it was bonkers. It was
Minnow Nation.
Yes, the Netherlands beating South Africa. That was just insane.
It was a blend of quite hilarious and quite heartbreaking.
Yes.
Sort of, because I actually tipped South Africa to win the whole thing. So I was watching my bet. No, I don't bet on the game. But
Cambo told me a week ago. We had him here and he's the Dutch coach, and he reckoned South Africa were going to win it too till his mob knocked him out.
Yeah, well, I had a beer with him the night before that game, and I said, "How are you boys feeling?" And they got run over a bit by Pakistan at Perth Stadium at Optus there.
Yeah.
One of their players got hit in the head, blokes blowing 150 k's an hour, and they were a bit shell shocked. He said, but he said, "No, they're up for the fight." And he said, "South Africa, they look good, but they haven't had their traditional World Cup moment yet, which is typically for anyone that knows cricket." Is where South Africa choke and do something stupid, and all of a sudden they're out of it, and it came the next day.
Amazing.
I actually saw something very interesting that I brought up about cricket. I'd never known about fake fielding before, because it was so tell us, have you experienced fake fielding in your career?
A bit like fake news, isn't it? Someone's coined the phrase and it's stuck. No, it wasn't around in our day. No, it's this concept of where the ball... if you think of someone running towards the boundary chasing a ball, and they're sort of almost blocking the view of the batter, and you slide and motion and pretend as if you've picked it up and you're about to throw it, but you're actually still 10 metres away from the ball.
Yeah.
So it's all about deception, and I reckon it's quite clever, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think leave it in there. I reckon it adds a new dimension to the game and a bit of strategy.
Faking
and
people out.
and it's like... it's just like sleight of hand. It's pretty cool.
It would be actually pretty funny if everybody that's fielding did it at the same time.
Yes, that's right.
It could be
onside.
A bit like a flash mob. One of those.
Exactly. Hey, Gilly, if Pakistan and India get through to the final, those two teams playing one another at the MCG, if it had a roof, it'd be blown off. It'll be unbelievable, won't it?
Oh, it's already happened once, as you know. And,
I know, but in a final.
That's right. That was just the opening sort of first of the round robin game.
Yeah.
So a final, that is exactly what the ICC and the promoters are hoping for.
That's a dream.
But we'll see. England present a pretty tough opponent for India in the semi, but it's just crazy that, that India played Zimbabwe and got
80,000
dead rubber.
Yes.
Got 80,000.
Yeah.
So
a lot of Zimbabwean fans, were there?
Yeah, that's right. They're big supporters of the game. It's fascinating. I remember asking Sachin Tendulkar, who is I suppose Virat Kohli's almost taken over now, but a number of years ago, saying is that now that you're 10, 15 years into retirement, and you're able to get out at all. A little bit more than when you were right in your prime, and he said it's worse. It's just going up and up and up because the new younger generation, they don't just love the current players; they feed on all the history of it.
Revere the history.
Yeah, so it's but it's great. It's good buzz. You know what I'm doing at the moment? I'm wandering the streets of the Rocks in Sydney.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying my chat with you while I look, and I tell you what's back. Just a bit of sidetrack here. Cruise ship sailing.
Yeah, mate.
cruise liner, Ovation of the Sea it's called.
Yeah, it's been here in Freo before.
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it?
Oh, mate, that is a proper city on water, but there must be about 20,000 people lined up to get on that. So
we had a thing on a cruise ship one night. They had like an event on there,
like a
and
cocktail
they
party.
took us on a tour through there, and it was hilarious because like there was no one there under 70, and then in the guts of it, there was just all these escalators, like many escalators going up, and there was just all old people going up the escalators, and it looked like they were going up to heaven. and the funniest thing there, Gilly, was one of the shops they had on board was an antique furniture shop. People were cruising and buying an old buffet.
And they have morgues on there, don't they?
There's a morgue on there in case people die, because a lot of people realise that it's cheaper to retire on a cruise ship than going to retirement homes and stuff, so they end up just cruising until they're dead.
Yeah, well, I hear that they are all socially distanced as well, so there'll be no spread of
till they pack them on the boat.
No, they're all getting crammed in there like little sardines. But on the side of this big fella's the whole and I'm not sure the demographic you just mentioned, Nave's going to be doing it, but they've got the proper full-blown rock climbing thing on the side.
I could imagine
it could be entertaining if a bit of turbulence.
Stuck up a wall.
Clambering up a wall.
You'd be in all sorts,
strong grip,
Gil?
David.
Yeah, I know. Arthritis sets in.
Hey, Gil, while we've got you too, we've got Ricky Ponting coming on the show in a few weeks' time.
Yes.
And he's spruiking some wine, right? And I remember him saying that when he finished playing, it was the last game he played was at the Wacker. He got all this Penfolds, and he reckons that you kept it at his house, at your house.
Yeah.
Have you got anything? Did you actually? Have you still got any? Can we hit him up with anything?
The story on that, and it's a true story. He retired, and because he surprised them all with the fact that was going to be his retirement game. It came out of the blue. I was rung. It wasn't long before Christmas, so all the venues were booked out, and the team manager said, "Where can we host Ricky's retirement party after the game?" And I said, "Well, have it at our house." So we did that, and it was a great night. And they presented him. So reference to the wine, Shawnee, was they wanted to give him a gift from Cricket Australia to thank him for his services to cricket, and they said, "Why don't we give him 41?" Because he'd scored 41 Test hundreds.
Yeah.
41 bottles of Grange.
Yeah.
And great, thanks. When I retired, they gave me a clock. They delivered the 41 bottles of Grange to our house that night, and I kept it in my cellar because he was having his house renovated and he didn't have anywhere to store it. So it stayed there. I must admit, there was one night where I cracked a bottle of Grange with some friends, took a photo of it and sent it to Punter and said, and then there was 40. And then, it wasn't one of his ones. But no, they're all shipped over to his house. And, but ask him about, just remember to ask him when does he drink them, which I know he does, those ones. And each bottle was sort of basically dedicated to a Test match century. So, his debut, his first ever Test match century, that's the first bottle, number one.
Yep. Yeah.
And so on and so forth. Just asking about who he shares what bottle with, and he'll tell you a funny story, because I reckon, if someone comes over and they're not that important, he goes and gets one of the ones that reflects 100 against Zimbabwe. Not an Ashes one.
Gotcha. Not one of the good centuries. One of
not an Ashes one.
Hey, Gilly, I've got to ask, what was the clock like?
It's very special. It is sitting in pride of place in the mantelpiece in my office at home, but it would be, it's sort of about 3 inches tall, about 3 inches wide. It's put it this way, it's no Grange.
Is it battery operated or a wind up one?
It's got a battery in there.
Oh, it's a battery operated clock.
It doesn't sound.
Is it crystal? Is it wood? Or is it brass? Well, tell me. I need to envisage this clock.
It's silver. It's a
silver clock.
It's a silver clock.
Engraved.
I actually, at the time of Ricky's retirement, I put a picture of the 41 bottles of Grange in my cellar with my clock sitting next to it. Who wins? But I nearly came out of retirement when I heard that retirement. But anyway, I don't want to sound.
Mate, I'm sorry. Anybody that's received a clock for a present knows exactly what you mean.
Nathan Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.